What's up, everybody? This is God is Good podcast, and I'm Tim, aka Fantastic. And today we are continuing on Proverbs. We are finally finishing up. W in the chat or the comment section. We will be reading Proverbs 13 through 14. This has been an awesome journey reading Proverbs, but also tiring because it was a lot of redundant stuff. But at the same time, I gained a lot of knowledge, and honestly, like it have made my life a lot better. Cause now I think of Proverbs when I go through a day-to-day life. If y'all haven't seen the videos, make sure you check out all the other Proverbs. If you have been following on Proverbs, um, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Um, if you want to continue to read Proverbs and you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscription button and you can check out all the Proverbs. We're going to also be doing reaction videos later after this, sometime maybe tomorrow or later in the week. But with that being said, let's jump into it. A wild child accept a parent discipline. A mocker refuse to listen to correction. Went over that in one of the other proverbs. Wise word will win you a good meal, but treacherous people have an appetite for violence. Those who control their tongue will have a long life. Open your mouth can ruin everything. So it's not saying like keep your mouth shut, don't tell the truth. It's saying control your tongue. Watch what you say. Don't just be blabbing out any and everything. You know, those people that like to talk a lot, those people who like to run their mouth a lot, like to gossip. Open your mouth can ruin everything. So you may, for example, you may hear something that happened at work or in a peer group, and you know it's like a secret or something, and it could be hurtful or detrimental to that person. Just because it sounds good and it's some tea, don't do it. I know sometimes it can be hard. Sharing tea, I'll be honest, when you in the world, like yes, it's fun. It's fun, but just know it ain't fun when someone find out that you done spread spilled tea about them. So it's better to just shut mouth. Um, Even as a Christian, you may hear about someone's struggle, right? And they tell you something that's on their heart that they're struggling with. That doesn't give you the right to share with another Christian brother. That person may not want that being shared. And I know sometimes it can be hard because you want to use like that person example or whatever they struggling with to try to get another brother out of their struggle. Now it's okay you can if you say, "Oh yeah, I know someone else who dealing with that, and this is what I told them," but don't be telling in details. Don't be telling their name if it's gonna uh, cause them um you know to lose their anonymous or anonymity. Like that's why also in like recovery they tell people like in AA, Alcohol Anonymous, not to go outside and share what was shared in the room on the outside because people need healing and some people don't want others to know their business. So yeah, lazy people want much but get little, but those who work hard will prosper. Again, don't be lazy. These lazy people, those people who's like, man, I want a big house, I want this, I want to have a nice car, I want to have my own business, but they don't do anything about it. They get little, right? They don't get nothing. They're not great stewards of their money because they're lazy. They blow their money on any and everything. They don't want to put in the work. But those who work hard will prosper. So if you work hard, God said you will prosper. But do not make money your God. The godly hate lies. The godly hate lies. It sounds like I said live. Lies. The godly hate lies. The wicked call shame and disgrace. Godliness guards the path of the blameless, but the evil are misled by sin. Some who are poor pretend to be rich. Others who are rich pretend to be poor. This is good. This is really good. So, those people who be on social media pretending like they got it all. 9 out of 10, they don't. 9 out of 10, they're poor. 9 out of 10, they're struggling with their bills. I have seen this in like real time, real life happen where and this wasn't when I was in the world when this girl, she had like I think like 50,000 followers on TikTok, and like it seemed like she had it all. Like it really seemed like this girl really had it all. I thought like, man, this girl probably got some money. She probably got her own place. Like she seemed to be doing good in life. And when I started talking to her, lo and behold, I found out like when she had roommates, she about to get kicked out, didn't have no money. Um, when I was so messed up in the world. Like I was about to move this girl. I actually moved this girl in. And she had her clothes in trash bags. Um, she barely graduated from high school. Uh, she was not who I thought she was. She was very poor. She was struggling. But you see, this is a others who are rich pretend to be poor. Great example. I wouldn't say my grandma is rich, but she's wealthy. My grandmother, whenever I borrow money, this woman write a receipt and tell me this what you owe me back. My grandmother, whenever she buys stuff, if her chain at the store is 2 cents, she want her 2 cents. My grandmother, when even though she have a lot of money, she be like taxes to the house is too expensive. Her house is paid off, but she paid taxes. She said that's expensive. My grandmother, she don't buy flashy stuff. She don't like. She's not flashy whatsoever. Um, she's a great steward of her money. Those are the ones that usually are rich. The ones that great steward of their money and not about all this flashy stuff and pretend like they don't have a lot of money and say that a lot of stuff is expensive. Those usually are the rich ones. If you act broke, you'll be rich. The rich can pay a ransom for their lives, but the poor won't even get threatened. The life um hmm and some just told me to stop for a minute. Okay, that was one way because this I think this can be taken out of context in so many ways. Let's look at this right quick because I don't wanna. No, that is one way. 7. A pretentious, showy life is an empty life. A plain and simple life is a full life. So, all right. Because I was about to say, sometimes people who got money, um, people who are like Some who are poor pretend to be rich. Uh, no, never mind. I read it right. I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. My bad. I'm tripping. Sometimes I overthink myself. I was like, did I read it right? The life of the godly is full of light and joy. The light of the wicked will be snuffed out. Mm. You think you living a great life and stuff, and you happy? Yeah, it'll be snuffed out. But when you live in a godly life, it's full of light and joy. Pride leads to conflict. Those who take advice are wise. When you're prideful, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, Mister Big Ego. And when you want to take advice, that's being wise. That's why your best athletes, they take advice. They're wise. They're willing to learn. But the athlete who think he's all that, when he enter college football, it lead to conflict, and he don't end up starting on the team. I know players at the University of Georgia that have came there thinking they were all that, and it led to conflict, and they didn't end up starting and they end up transferring. Uh, and the best athlete, they take advice. They sit, they wait their turn, they listen, they take discipline, they take the advice from the coach. They are patient. They take that is what development look like when you take advice. Development is not when you have pride and think you know it all. Wealth from get rich scheme quickly disappears. Wealth from hard work grows over time. This is true. Those scam pyramid schemes, them get rich schemes, that money disappear quickly. I used to work for a pyramid scheme, and I have seen rich people that made money from get quit scheme, like they go broke and they don't know what to do, and now they mad at the company. So, wealth from hard work, it grows over time. Take time. Take time, y'all. Don't try to get rich quick. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but dream fulfilled is a tree of life. People despise advice or asking for trouble. Those who respect a command will succeed. Instruction of the wise is like a life-giving fountain. Those who accept it avoid the snares of death. A person with a good scent is respected. A treacherous person is headed for destruction. You ever heard old folk like that boy, that young boy there ain't got no sense. In and out of jail. Wise people think before they act. Fools don't, and even brag about their foolishness. You see this a lot in today's society. Wise people, they think before they do something. They think before they make a purchase. They look at their budget. They make sure that they have the right amount of money, and that they have even that it won't put them in debt, right? But fools, they don't. And they brag about it. Oh, I got this, bro. I got this Maserati, bro. Hey, I got that thing sitting on them fools, bro. I got this, I got that. Them fools. They just be buying stuff. They don't even think, and then they go broke. Or wise people also say they want something nice. They know they ain't got the money. They think before they act. These people, they're not gonna go steal something. Say for instance, somebody like, hey, say you're struggling, right? But you're a wise person. Say you kind of struggling, and somebody be like, look, if you go sell this drug to this guy for me, I give you a cut. I give you, if you work with me for a month, I give you a cut, bro. I give you 100,000. Say a big drug dealer. You wise, you won't do that, right? But a fool, Like, hey man, this dude came up to me. He said I could do this. He gonna put me on the plug. He brag about it. Next thing you know, they get caught up, and now he's in prison. That is what a fool look like. Not just speaking on someone intelligent, but like doing foolish stuff. An unreliable messenger stumbles into trouble. A reliable messenger brings healing. If you ignore criticism, you will end in poverty and disgrace. If you accept correction, you will be honored. You see this when it comes down to making correction in your life. But if you don't accept correction, then yeah. Also when it comes down to like making finance purchase, if you ignore criticism, somebody say, nah, you shouldn't do that. You don't have the money to do it. But you do it anyway, you want to end up in poverty and disgrace. You want to look like crazy. But if you accept the correction, you will be honored. You'll see like people like, yeah, he ain't make that big purchase. Later on you're gonna be honored especially when it come down to like, not making a big purchase and it don't mess up your credit. You'll be able to make that purchase that you want later on down the road. It is pleasant to see dreams come true, but fools refuse to turn from evil to attain them. So yeah, it's nice to see dreams come true. But if you're doing evil to attain that dream, you see what happened. You see what happened. P. Diddy, for a prime example. P. Diddy, this man had his dreams come true. Musician, millions of dollars. But he was a fool to turn from evil doing just to keep on attaining that dream, to attaining the richness and stuff. And now look at him. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. This is why fellowship is important when you become a Christian. Don't go hang around with fools. You're going to get in trouble. You got to be around the wise people. You got to be around godly people. Have godly counsel. Have, discipleship. Discipline is in discipleship. Trouble chase sinners, while blessed reward the righteous. Good people leave an inheritance to their grandchildren, but the sinner wealth passes to the godly. A poor person farm may produce much food, but injustice sweep it all away. Those who spare the rod of discipline hate their children. Those who love their children care enough to discipline them. So if you don't discipline your child, it's like you hating your child because you setting up your child for failure. But if you love your child, then you care enough to discipline them. So don't be scared to discipline your child, parent. Don't be scared. I know a lot of times, like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know, they especially teenager. They're a teenager. It's okay to give grace, but don't be scared to discipline them. If you don't discipline your child, it's like you hate your child. You send them up for failure. A godly eat to their heart content, but the belly of the wicked goes hungry. So that is Proverbs 13, and let's jump into 14. Our last Proverbs, because we already did 15 up to like 30 or 31. Or 31, yeah. A wise woman build her home. A foolish woman tear it down with her own hand. So a wise woman, women, a wise woman will build her home. This is a woman of God. She build her home. But a foolish woman, a woman that don't want to live a godly life and stuff, she tear down her own home with her hands. You see this in also not only women but men too. A man that's not being a leader, that build his home, he tear it down. A woman that is not being godly and listening to God's words, she tear it down. That's why it is important that wisdom that we have to read Proverbs. This is what a P31 woman, Proverbs 31 woman, she built her home. But a foolish woman who's not a Proverbs 31 woman, she's going to tear it down every time. That's why it's important, women, if you're a wife, read Proverbs 31. It's a great foundation of being or what a great wife look like. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. Those who take the wrong path despise him. A fool proud talk becomes a rod that beat him. The words of the wise keep them safe. Without oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest. An honest witness does not lie. A false witness breathes lies. A mocker, a mocker seeks wisdom, never finds it, but knowledge comes easily to those with understanding. Stay away from fools, for you won't find knowledge on their lips. Stay away from them people that's not living a godly life. If they fruit looking bad, stay away from them. Stay away from them. They don't have no good knowledge for you at all. You won't find knowledge. You may find some worldly knowledge, but you ain't gonna find no spiritual knowledge to help you grow. That's why a lot of people they got friends be like, but they give me good advice. And then next thing you know, they find out that friend was not a really good friend. They may have worldly knowledge, but they don't have spiritual knowledge. And so now either you looking like a fool or y'all both looking like a fool. The prudent understand where they are going, and fool deceives themselves. But fool deceives themselves. Fool make fun of guilt, but the godly acknowledge it and seek reconciliation. That's good. Foolish people, they don't. It's saying like a person who have no knowledge, they don't. They make fun of like their guiltiness or guiltiness. Oh, yeah. You already saw me. I did that. But the godly acknowledge it and it seek reconciliation. That was my wife. Y'all heard the door. Each heart knows its own bitterness, but no one else can fully share its joy. And wait, each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can fully share its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the godly will flourish. You that's why you see the house of a dysfunctional family. It it never have a firm foundation, but they don't have God. You have got to have God as your firm foundation. That's why I say a tent of the godly will flourish. Like even a tent of the godly, it'll flourish. But the house of a wicked will be destroyed. If you're a dysfunctional family that don't have God as your firm foundation, it will be destroyed. That is why the family is dysfunctional in the first place. But if you have God as your firm foundation, your house is going to flourish. There is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when laughter ends, the grief remains. Wow. So you see people that seem happy, right? And we're gonna parallel this. This is really good. My son, he seems like he's getting up. So we gotta make this quick, y'all. I'm gonna end up crying. It say, there's a way of life that seems harmless enough. Look again, it leads straight to hell. Sure, those people appear to be having a good time, but all the laughter will end in a heartbreak. So people may seem like they're having a good time, they okay, but really they're not. And this is why, people keep their hurt inside. Backsliders get what they deserve. Good people receive their reward. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. So if you're simple-minded and you're not really thinking, if you just like, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I believe that. This is how people get trapped into New Age religion and all these false doctrine. They believe everything they are told. The prudent carefully consider their step. These people are prudent. They consider their steps. They think about it. And when you go parallel with this right here, they say only simpleton believe everything they're told. The prudent, because okay, we're gonna go to the message right quick. The message, and we will see. It say the gullible believe anything they're told. The prudent sift and weighs every word. It's good. The wise are cautious and avoid danger. Fool plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Y'all see this a lot in life when wise people, for instance, like, and I like to use my pastor as an example because he's very like, he take his time before he say yeah to anything. Like, he's cautious and he avoid danger. He avoid making unwise decisions. That's why he always used to ask me, he still do, he be like, is that wise? A fool plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Um, you know, and I'm still growing. And, I can be a fool when it come down to a house and be like, you know what? Yeah, my wife get this job as a nurse and I'm working. We can live in a $400,000 house. We just plunge right ahead with full confidence. And then now we house broke or house poor. You got a house, but you poor because you struggling to pay them bills. That's why you got to be wise and cautious. Uh-oh. My buddy waking up. Hey there. Okay, we almost done. Simpleton, short tempered people do foolish things, and schemers are hated. Simpletons are clothed with foolishness, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Evil people will bow before good people. The wicked will bow at the gates of the godly. The poor are despised even by their neighbor, while rich have many friends. See that quote unquote friends. You rich, you have friends. You don't really have friends. They just only want your wealth. The poor are despised by even their neighbors. People don't want to be around. Some people just don't want to be around folk that don't seem like they got all the money. And those are fake people. These are what fake friends are. Rich people have many friends. Not really friends. They just trying to get some out of you. Try to get a handout. It is a sin to belittle one's neighbor. Blessed are those who help the poor. If you plan to do evil, you will be lost. If you plan to do good, you will receive unfailing love and faithfulness. Work bring profit, and the mere talks lead to poverty. Wealth is a crown for the wise. The effort of fool yields only foolishness. A truthful witness saves lives, but a false witness is a traitor. Those who fear the Lord are secure, and he will be a refuge for their children. He will be a refuge to their children, God. I'm trying to make them happy, y'all. Fear the Lord is a life-giving fountain. It offers escape from the snares of death. A growing population is a king's glory. A prince without subject has nothing. People with understanding control their anger. The hot temper show great foolishness. Control that anger, y'all. You gotta have self-control. Control your anger, Kods. A peaceful heart lead to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the bone. Those who oppress the poor insult their maker, but helping the poor honors him. Y'all, he is about to have it. He about to be mad. The wicked are crushed by a disaster, but the godly have a refuge when they die. Wisdom is enshrined in an understanding heart. Wisdom is not found among fools. Godliness make nation great. I'm almost done, I promise. And a sin of disgrace to any people. A king rejoices in wise servant, but is angry with those who disgrace him. Disgrace him. Now I could edit this video, but y'all know me. I keep it very authentic. And with that being said, I hope everyone have a great day. He obviously not. I gotta get to my boy, but I'm out.